Have you ever thought your mind is playing tricks on you, or making you see things differently than they actually are, or making you miss important details? It can be frustrating and confusing. Understanding these mental shortcuts called distortions, deletions, and generalizations are super important no matter what your goals are, because they can shape how you perceive things and react to situations. I know this is super important to me because when I was able to understand these concepts, I've been able to avoid the majority of misunderstandings, make better decisions, and boost my overall sense of awareness. And so by the end of this video, you'll have the tool to see things more clearly and make decisions that align with your goals. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also comment below where you're from. I love reading where you guys are from. Now, let's dive in. In NLP, distortions are when your mind changes how you see things so that they don't exactly match up with reality. An example of this would be when you misinterpret somebody's silence as they are not approving of you. If somebody didn't text you back, you think that they're mad at you or that they're ignoring you, when really they're just busy. Another example is mind reading, where you assume that you know what the other person is thinking. You think you can read their minds and you know exactly the conversation that they're having in their head, what they're assuming about you, what they're thinking about you, what they're saying about you, when really you have no idea. Or if you see a group of friends talking or whispering, you think that they're talking about you when really you have no clue what they're talking about. You're distorting the situation by jumping to conclusions when you don't have all the facts or you don't know the full story. Deletions. Now, deletions happen when your brain skips over some material just to make things more simple. For instance, if you're thinking about an old friend and all you remember are the good moments, the happy moments, the fun moments, and you seem to forget the arguments. You're deleting those negative details to make the memory better than it was. And hey, sometimes deletions are a good thing. But when we delete the wrong things, that's when we can get into trouble. An example of this is when somebody deletes all the positive feedback they get and only focuses on the negative. Say the negative comments they get on social media or the negative feedback from a teacher. When they're only focused on the negative and deleting the positive, you can also get into trouble there too. And finally, generalizations. Generalizations are when you make broad statements based on just a few experiences. For example, you have one or two bad meals at a restaurant and you assume that all restaurants serve bad food. You're generalizing those bad experiences to many other restaurants, even though there are a ton of restaurants out there that serve great food. Or you have a couple stressful situations with travel or experience delays, then you assume that all travel equals stress. Some examples of generalizations are always, never, everybody, no one. It's an all or nothing type of mentality. You might recognize if somebody is distorting a situation by, you may begin to hear some things like this. Mind reading. She didn't say hi to me, so she must be upset with me. Catastrophizing. I forgot one detail on my report. That means I'm going to fail the entire project or fail the entire speech. Personalization. The meeting went badly, so it's all my fault. You don't actually know. Labeling, and many people do this, such as you'll hear them say, I made a mistake, I am a failure. They use these I am statements for a single action, usually in a negative way. Distortions can work in your benefit as well. Like, I like to distort my reality in a very positive way, and it tends to work out for me. And you can do it too. The best part is you can use distortions in a positive way and create a positive outcome in your life. I use this in my life all the time, distorting things in a positive light. Even seeing things positively is also a distortion in its own right, but isn't it better to distort your reality in a positive way so you end up with a positive outcome instead of the opposite? I'm going to choose the first one. At least start becoming intentional of your distortions or your deletions and generalizations, and you can have fun with this. It's going to be work at first, but you're eventually going to get used to it and it's going to become fun, and you're really going to get some personal power out of this because you're taking your life into your own hands because you're becoming aware and conscious of the words that you're using on a day-to-day basis. An example of a deletion would be, he doesn't buy me flowers, that means he doesn't love me. But then the man says that he tells her he loves her all the time. But because she didn't see those roses equaled love to her, so she deleted everything else that could have equaled love as well, including somebody telling her that they love her. An example of a deletion in a positive way would be ignoring all of the negative feedback that you get, or all of the mean feedback that you get more so. I know on social media, there's a ton of negative comments that go around, especially on YouTube for some reason. I see a lot of negativity on YouTube, but you can also choose to delete that. and only focus on the positive feedback, the beautiful feedback. And those are positive deletions, deletions that are only going to benefit you. Another example of distortions is magnifying the good experiences and minimizing the negative ones. And a lot of people tend to do the opposite. They'll magnify the bad experiences and only focus on that, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger in their minds, when really it could be this small if you focus on it. And you can actually play a visualization game. Let me know, I can make some more videos on it, but you can literally play a visualization game and make the problem so tiny in your mind that poof, it blows away and disappears. The mind is a playground. I'll say that over and over again. Your mind is a playground. It is my favorite place to be, other than, of course, out speaking with people, but my mind is one of my favorite places to be, where I am just playing games in there. I have an orchestra playing. I can play all sorts of instruments in there. I can speak in front of millions of people and just play out whatever I wish. And a lot of times, because I do this so often and I do it in a positive way with positive distortions, I magnify everything in a beautiful way. And then it turns out to become my reality. So you can play with these generalizations, distortions, and deletions in a very productive way for yourself and your life. And that will have a ripple effect on not only you, but your family and your friends and the people that you surround yourself with. And people will start to notice that you are different. They're like, what is this girl or guy doing that I'm not? Like, why are they so happy all the time? Like, what are they taking? They're going to start to think that you're on something, because you are so high on life, because life becomes so beautiful, magnificent, because you create it that way, because you know these 3 tools. Oh, gets me excited just talking about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Comment down below. Let me know where you're from. Let's get to know each other, and I'll see you in one of these videos up next.